Incurring a lot of costs looking for bricks, but with retailers having a provision to manufacture bricks on site, we shall have saved them a lot. In our fifth year, we aim to generate a profit per year of €1 million, having sold 10 million bricks to 100 customers, with our key drivers being the net price, cost per product, and the number of customers. During the manufacturing process, there is 89% less carbon dioxide emitted. We use clean energy unlike the existing method. With just 25% of the base market, we shall save over 90,000 tons of carbon dioxide from being emitted, as well as 1,600 trees from being cut down each year. What an impact! We comprise an amazing team. I, Musa, product developer, bachelor in civil engineering. Sarah, head of research, bachelor in material science. Nelson, operations officer, bachelor in mechanical engineering. Hope, she's the marketing and sales manager, bachelor in business administration. We dream to clear up the 2 million unit housing deficit in Uganda by 2030 to attain a valuation of 5 million euros in our fifth year, to become the leading manufacturers of green bricks in Africa by 2040. Retailers, we are looking forward to having durable and affordable houses for all. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation, Musa. We have 3 minutes to make our questions. Is anyone from the startup here at home?
Yes, Marwan. Thank you so much.
So the jury can make their questions, please.
Okay, I'll proceed. Good presentation. Though I didn't hear you come out strongly on climate change impact that your business has, but I'm particularly interested in finding out why such an incredible product, high quality, as you have mentioned, durable, should be cheap. Why is it like that?
Yes, thank you so much. This is about the cost of production, because first of all, the raw material that we use, we're going to use loamy soils, and loamy soils, yeah, are kind of cheap. And then we combine it with the plastic resin as a binder. So we're using we're using the plastic resin as binder, and the way how we want to get this plastic resin is just melting it down, and then we use about 0.2 kilograms in a brick, which has about 5 kilograms. Yeah, so it's all up to the cost of production and the raw material that we're using. Yes.
Yeah, so when you talk about cost of production, I think there's an aspect of it which is very important, because they're talking about plastics.
Yes.
And missiles, and those are
Yes,
they're not readily available in the quantities you're looking at, because if you're looking at those numbers, you must be assured that you will always be able to have access to the quantities and the quality of plastics you want, and also the quality of the soil you want, but also the distribution aspect of that. Where are you going to collect that, and what is the cost in terms of transport involved? what is the cost in terms of labor involved, because those also contribute to the actual pricing for your product itself. So that's why I was wondering when you said cheap, because unlike the conventional brick making process, you have so many other things to do. The plastic has to be melted, but collected and also isolated and so on and so forth. That's a lot of work, and I don't want you to ignore that aspect of it. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Yes, so thank you for that insight. Maybe to try to explain, because we're going to get this plastic, maybe it's already like crushed, and we get it from the from the plastic collection companies that actually do the whole crushing of it, and for us we just melt it. We have a mechanism. We intend to build a mechanism which it melts it like indoor, like in a closed system, and then we later on put it into is it like a trough-like structure, metallic, so that we can mingle it with the soil that we want, and then we add in our retardants. Yeah, but that's very nice for now, and we're going to look into it more about that. Yes, thank you.
Looking at your customers, do you come across any issues of trust, or I mean, if you're trying to build essentially kind of a building, right? You don't want it to collapse tomorrow. So how do you overcome the trust issue with customers?
Yes, so thank you. Yes, again, because I want to make such a durable product. So we have a wonderful team, and then we're dealing with Makerere Institute of Research. So whatever that we're doing has to be first verified by the Uganda National Bureau of Standards, as well as what we want to make sure is that we first, in our customer segment, we have those that are called early adapters, maybe these people that want to construct houses for that will later on attract other bigger segments. But we want to reach out to those that can't actually really now focus on maybe the expensive cement blocks. But the trust issue, we just want to assure our customers that everything has been verified, and we have made concrete research, and we have tested the compressive strength. We have tested its ability to withstand heat and maybe fire. Yes, all that before producing the very final product. So it's all going to be in terms of the prototyping. We have to make a very good prototype. Yeah.
Thank you. We'll now go to our next startup. The 3 minutes of Q&A are finished.
Hello, everyone.
Sorry, is someone from this startup at the room?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Isaac by Technologies, working with the Tech Services Limited. Almost all aspects of daily life involve use of plastic bags. These after use, on their disposal, they are non-degradable. This results into plastic bag waste pollution, which have an impact on climate, on health, and on life, most especially the aquatic life when these plastic bags end up in the aquatic habitats. In Uganda, more than 40% of the cassava produced is wasted. This is because cassava is very susceptible to surface physiological deterioration. In order to kill two birds using one stone, we the Tech Services Limited will use this wasted cassava in the production of biobags, which on disposal are degradable. And so there will no longer be use of non-degradable plastic bags. Therefore, we shall sell biobags to supermarkets for €1,000 per ton. A beachhead market is in Uganda, where an estimate of 2,400 biobags will be sold by 2026 at an estimate cost of €2,400,000. With the success in the beachhead market, we shall be able to build a reputation and credibility which will enable us to penetrate and conquer other market segments across the East African region by 2029 and the rest of Africa by 2032. When customers purchase biobags, there is a cost saving of €0.4 per kilogram. In addition to that, biobags are stronger than plastic bags, they are branded with modern designs, and they are degradable when disposed. Our product is biobags. These are used in packaging. They are biodegradable when disposed, and bio-based because they are processed from starch extracted from agricultural waste materials such as wasted cassava. The competitive advantages are biobags are 100% biodegradable when disposed. We have a trade secret and industrial design whose registration is pending. Customer agreements will also be considered. In order to test the key assumptions which we believe to be high demand for the product being affordable to customers, and customers' need for stronger packaging bags, we interviewed 25 supermarket grocery managers. Among the questions asked were what type of material they use for packaging, at what cost the material is purchased, what challenges they encounter in using the packaging material, and how they are dealing with the challenges. From their responses, we learned that customers will have high preference for a product will be affordable to customers, and customers prefer stronger packaging bags. Therefore, we shall sell buy bags to the customers. At the end of the 5th year, financials indicated that B by Tech Services Limited will be profitable, where a profit of €1,278,000 will be made from 60% market share of the beachhead market, with the key drivers being the cost per product, number of customers, and quantity of products purchased. B by Tech Services Limited lowers carbon dioxide emissions directly by using raw materials with low carbon footprint as compared to raw materials used in plastic bags. During their production and waste treatment, for every ton of plastic bags, 3,299 kilograms of carbon dioxide are emitted. Whereas with biobags, for every ton, 1,189 kilograms of carbon dioxide are emitted, thus saving 2,110 kilograms of carbon dioxide emissions per ton. Therefore, with 60% of the beachhead market, B by Tech Services Limited will save 739 tons of carbon dioxide emissions per year. On the team, B by Tech Services Limited is composed of Bonconsil Sime, who is a business administrator in charge of finance, and Precious Mnyambawazi, a chemical engineer in charge of quality control, Crispus Kamkamai by Technologies in charge of product development, and I myself, Isaac Yarugaba by Technologies, and the founder, B by Tech Services Limited. Through the teamwork, we hope to sell 10,000 tons of biobags by 32, achieve 10 million valuation by 2032, establish a state-of-art research and development laboratory by 2032, through which we shall be able to develop other plastic using raw materials with low carbon footprint as compared to raw materials currently being used. Join us in fixing climate change through implementing the production and use of biobags. Thank you all.
Thank you. We have now 3 minutes for our Q&A. So jury members.
Let me just jump in. I think it's Isaac. Thanks for the presentation. But just talk us through your competitors. Who are your direct competitors and your shortcomings, compared to them? And then, like the bigger guys, will it be easier for them to replicate what you're doing, even though you've mentioned that there is some secret around this, but sustainability wise, will they not jump into this?
Yeah, thank you, Zuma, for the question. Yeah, about our competitors, we have plastic bags production companies. For example, here in Uganda, we have local plastics. And the government has implemented a ban on the use of plastic bags, because they are non-degradable. So with that, we are going to take that advantage, though they haven't implemented much about it, because there's no substitute for the use of the plastic bags, the substitute for the plastic bags. But with time, when they find an alternative for the plastic bags, they have to put a ban on the use of the other plastic bags. So that's how we shall come in and be able to overcome our competitors. And then about for someone replicating, I talked about a secret here, but we're also considering patent registration, which is already pending. We have already started the process of filing. Yeah, thank you. I hope I've answered you, Zuma. Okay.
Question about the inputs. How do you actually collect it, and how does that scale? So as you continue to grow, are you going to be able to collect enough of the actual cassava to be able to continue to produce enough bags?
Yeah, thank you, Jed. About the correction, basically Uganda is an agricultural area, and there are a lot of, we have many farmers around with us. On market, almost on every market, you're capable of finding their cassava. We also have stores which sell dry food, and they also sell cassava. We are able to get that. And about the sustainability, we are looking at one of the long-term projects of our company is to have established farms for cassava, where we can be assured that at least if on market we are not having enough cassava, we have cassava with us on our farms. Yeah, thank you.
Just in the same vein, good question, Jed. How much cassava do you need to produce 10,000 plastic bags? And are you assured of the capacity of where you're collecting from to supply you either throughout the year? Because cassava is a farm product, which is also affected by climate change in a sense. So what guarantee do you have in that perspective? How many jobs are going to create?
Yeah, about the cassava, if we look on the statistics, according to IBOS, the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, also NADS, the National Agricultural Research Institute here in Uganda, we have more than 5.5 million metric tons of cassava being produced annually. Yeah, so basically about the supply, we are a bit rest assured of the supply, and more projects are being implemented for the production of cassava because of its application and also being a source of food in some way. Yeah, and then about job creation, it will be both direct and indirect. Direct involved in the production, and then the indirect part will be through supporting farmers who are doing the agriculture for cassava. Yeah, hope I've answered you.
Thank you. We are now out of time, so we'll present the next startup. Thank you, Isaac.
Welcome.
Is anyone from this startup at the room?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, so we will now present your startup.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Imagine waking up every morning at 4 a.m. and walking miles and miles in search of clean drinking water instead of preparing for school. This was my reality. It is the reality for many of my cousins and sisters. Do you know 1 in 4 Kenyans drink directly from contaminated water sources? 80% of diseases are waterborne related and are a leading cause of death among children under the age of 5. Reality is, climate change is already here. Water scarcity, severe floods, and droughts are displacing mostly the already vulnerable communities. So to adapt and have a resilient communities, we have come up with an end-to-end solution, Maji Safi ATM. The deal. We provide decentralized water management services to middle-sized schools and institutions for €80 per month. With one stone, we let 2 birds fly. We bring water and education together. Our beachhead market starts at the western part of Kenya, my home and home to major water tributaries of Lake Victoria. By 2026, we believe we can have active services in 1,800 schools, making an annual profit of more than €1 million. We have the potential of growing up to €7 million worth in emerging markets. Our customer value proposition. Schools are central in terms of location and population around the water sources. Operational efficiency is the key to meeting end users' expectation. Therefore, we observed the end users and created a platform that enabled us to be 85% cheaper to our customers and have an edge over NFC and cash-driven ATM. We are a standalone solution, pay and go. No daily vendor needed, no tokens, no internet needed. Other social impacts are refill, not landfill. We stimulate reusable instead of single-use plastic. Creation of jobs and community empowerment. More children, especially girls, attend school. You educate a girl, you educate a whole village. Our product. Maji Safi ATM as a water treatment component, meaning We can operate from any water source, be it borehole, surface, or rainwater. It is easy to use with 3 taps, remotely controlled. It is fully automated, solar-powered, and cloud-based services with system control. The user chooses in local language the quality of water and the liters. M-Pesa mobile money is integrated. It enables the user to pay with any type of phone. Our customer is provided with a real-time data dashboard. Our competitive advantages are we are licenses and have tested our prototype at different locations. The hardware is durable in all weather and made from upcycled locally available materials. We embrace traditional banking system, Posalo. It is water banking, not just buying water. Our customer discovery. We did more than 30 interviews at our pilot locations, 8 schools, 2 hospitals. Our assumptions were schools have governance structure and budget. Water source. Parents do value their children drinking clean water. What we learned, schools spend large amount of money on health issues. Schools can adapt to water harvesting and storage because of massive rooftops. My mother wanted a future for me, so do all parents for their children. Financials. In our beachhead market, we will make an annual profit of more than 1 million euro per year with 1,800 customers. We're looking at a profit of 550 euro per customer per year. Our beachhead market counts for 18,000 schools. We expect to have a 10% market share. We aim to serve the customer for at least 5 years. This gives a profit of more than 2,700 euro per customer. Our key drivers are annual services price for the customer, life of our customer with a churn of 3%. The more we scale up the services, the better. Climate impact. Instead of communities walking far to collect non-revenue, untreated water and boiling it with firewood, we provide treated water. The difference in impact is calculated per year with a total of 54 million liters of water, saving 1.3 kg CO2 per liter. We save 70,000 tons of CO2 emission per year. This equals to more than 3 million trees. Our solution will help people to adapt to water scarcity, mitigate deforestation, and connect human development with the biosphere. The founders' dream and team. We have 5 co-founders with diverse backgrounds and more than 10 years of experience. Andrew, leading logistic and financial administration. Valerie, environmentalist and water specialist. Saskia does project management and education design. Christian, our tech guru, and me, the community sales and marketing lead. We dream to make clean and safe water accessible and affordable to more than 5 million underserved population by 2026. Cut down deforestation by 6% within the community served, achieving a valuation of 4 million euro by 2026. Do we need to see the wells dry to understand the value of water? Join us. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we can have 2 minutes of Q&A. Jury members can make their questions.
Sure.
Maji.
Yes.
A great presentation. I'm just concerned around the intellectual property. Can you just talk us through, what are the key IP that you currently having, that you're owning, whether it be a patent or any copywriting, and, how you're going to be protecting the business? It seems like
queries with it, and we got some students now who are also helping us, who are studying laws, to really find out how to deal with that. But at the same time, we also depend very much, when I talked about M-Pesa, we use the mobile providers are our biggest key. We work with them in this case, and if they change even the APIs, I think then we are in a little, even if they update it. So I think that part it's a little bit concern for us as well, because we're using M-Pesa, and M-Pesa is also owned by, for example, Safaricom. And I think it's one of the areas that actually we are now in talks to deal with. I think that part is a very valid part. And but actually we are running 3 pilots. We started, and it's actually moving very well, because it's only about the mobile phone and you're on.
If there's no question, I'm just concerned. Why using students to help you with IP?
Because we were not able, we're really a startup. We don't really have that money to get into real, these are the questions that we're also looking forward in this climate launchpad, that we can really get into area where we can get support, because we don't have that. We don't really have that financial muscle for that. And that's the case where we are. We just don't have the muscles. Yeah.
You have a bit of time for more questions. Kate, will you make a question or just write on the?
Definitely. Can you talk to us a little bit more about like how costly is it to actually install an ATM?
That's a really good question, because we actually pivoted from installing water purifiers, when now the question of how do we reach now to the communities, because we started from schools, we're in schools. So first of all, we installed the purifiers, and then the question was, okay, then the community outside was like, okay, now the school has water, what about us? So we're like, okay. So the schools in the beginning, they wanted to sell water using, put on, sell bottled water. And we're like, no, we can provide it through the community. And then we say, like, why not put it in at the gate of the school? So then we actually, at the school, the water purification is inside, but then the ATM is outside the gate, which is basically security, and it's also within a community. So we installed it basically at a very, very small structure, and you don't need so much. And it's just like a water ATM, like a normal money ATM, but then instead of money, you get the water. And
Thank you.
Yeah.
The jury has any other burning question? We're out of the 3 minutes, but if it's really short, we can accommodate.
Yeah, job impact.
Brilliant. I think that's really a good question, because when you now have it at the gate, what we really realized, we saw a lot of young people now also bringing water to the communities. So you see, apart from when you have that water, then we had see border. It's like people on motorbike, they bring this water to communities. But apart that, the manufacturing of these hubs is a great job creation in this case. So I think that's also, when you talk about Kenya, that's somewhere where we just have to up our game, also look for manufacturing companies might help us to really create, and now we hope we can do it in Kenya as well.
And Zambia as well.
And Zambia.
Thank you. We are going for the next startup. It's anyone from the startup at the room?
Yes.
So we'll now start the page.
Hello, everybody.
Sorry.
Just a quick clarification.
Process. Are you making currently, or is it still conceptual?
We haven't yet started making, but we've made some prototypes just for purposes of presentation, but we haven't yet started making for commercial purposes. So we are able to make them just for presentation purposes, but for us to make them commercially, we need the machine itself so that we can make them in bulk, and also making them requires that machine and other things also. So for now, we are only able to make prototypes that we can present to people and potential investors.
And sorry, just a follow on from that. I mean, how expensive is the extrusion machinery?
Yes, so the extrusion machinery is about $13,000 US dollars.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now it's Alko Muhammad. I will present your pitch. No more questions?
Synthetic materials like plastic require huge amount. Synthetic materials like plastic require huge amount of energy to create. And because of the long time the plastic takes to decompose, it is slowly poisoning our planet. But the real problem is we can't find suitable, cost-effective alternative to plastic. I am Mohammed Fauzi, co-founder and CEO of Mycelium. Today, I will share with you how my team and I use mushrooms to convert any kind of agriculture waste into entirely new class of materials, which perform a lot like plastic during their use and are totally compostable at the end of their lives, which supports circular economy. And here we come up with the deal. We buy agriculture waste from local farmers for 55 cents per meter square. Then we convert it using our mycelium technology into structural insulation panels and selling each 1 meter square for €6 for B2B of prefabricated home contractors in Egypt. We have opportunity to build in styrofoam plastic global market, which have market share more than €8 billion. €6.8 billion is the market size of styrofoam that used in construction as insulation panels globally. We targeted 15% of €200 million, which is the market of structural insulation panels in Egypt. New regulations have been applied in recent years in the Egyptian construction industry that requires new building to use sound and heat insulation. So this market in Egypt is growing by 3.6% per year. Mycelium insulation panels are positioned as an alternative that costs 50% less and provides the same features and capabilities as traditional insulation panels. And due to its high U value, it can save up to 40% of electricity bill. It is also fire and humidity proof, free of harmful volatile compounds. And most importantly, when it comes time for it to discard it, it will decompose in soil within 55 days. So it is very compatible with circular economy. Mushroom cells called the mycelium can transform any crop waste into our new material. It's simple 4 steps that is cost and energy efficient process, all starting with pasteurization of the straw, followed by the addition of mushroom cells, mycelium. The mixture is then placed into molds, and within 7 days, the magical transformation takes place, and the straw changes into a new class of material. We differentiate ourselves from other competitors as we have a unique offering, since no other material in our country offer eco-friendly material. We use agriculture waste, which is sustainable source, instead of fossil fuel, which is abundant locally. Now we have pending a patent and certificate from Housing and Building National Research Center in Egypt that our material have lower value in compared to other competitors. We were able to speak with more than 50 architects and 13 distributors to understand the market of temporary homes in Egypt. We are assuming that people wanted to buy eco-friendly building material, but we soon realized that it's all about the price and performance. So we worked more and more to produce our material not only in an economic way, but also to enhance its performance. So we make it look like the industrial foam to make it easy for the distributor to sell. Our financials show us that with a market share of 15% of our beachhead market, we can reach a profit of more than €5 million per year, with the key drivers being cost and market size. We can bring down cost while we scaling up using machine instead of hand. And because we are developing varieties of the product, we can keep our market share high. So Because we are using natural power of mushroom to grow material rather than manufacturing it with fossil fuel, and also we use agricultural waste, which is abundant locally, we are able to save 21 kilogram of equivalent CO2 per 1 meter square of mycelium insulation panels. And this is not only, and you use 8 times less fossil fuel to produce the same amount of insulation panels. Our team has 24 years of cumulative experience, especially in biofabrication and production technology. Mycelium material is low-cost, eco-friendly material that supports the circular economy. We want to use this material to replace styrofoam in all applications to support sustainable economies. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohammed. Jury, it's your time.
Hello, Mohammed.
Hello, Manuel.
Yes, I had the privilege of watching your video before the session. Kind of say I like your concepts, and again, the question I asked the first presenter, outside of your country, is this product also going to be able to receive the kind of attention and demand that you think it will get in your country?
If I heard you right, you want to know how the demand in my country, yes?
International demand outside of your country.
I think the ecosystem supports our product because all countries now have modified its regulation to support eco-friendly material. The competition is really hard. Styrofoam is existed from 8 years ago. So our strategy is to replace it step by step. To replace it step by step, first in Egypt, then we will focus on Africa. After that, we will go to other countries in the world. But the need to insulation panels exists all the time because it can save energy. It can produce very good indoor quality, air quality.
Okay, your sound was a bit unstable. Maybe it was from my end, but I think I heard you. And best of luck.
Thank you, Manuel. Thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe I come first before Chris. Thank you so much, Mohammed. I think also what caught my interest was on the durability of this temporary product that we are trying to market, because I'm seeing it having potentials, especially in using it in the refugee settlements. So my question is still similar to that of Emmanuel, whether the likelihood of it being scaled up in the different countries apart from Egypt. And if we are talking, we called it already temporarily. How many years are these? Is it 6 months? Is it 1 year? How temporary is it?
Thank you for your question. When we speak about scalability, our product is highly scalable because we use the same technology to produce mushroom. This technology exists now. We can scale when we choose to using machines that make mushrooms. This is for scalability. For the durability, this is a good question because our material is biodegradable. But when we choose to make insulation panel from it, we use beeswax and use other natural material that can protect our product to last to more than 25 years. It looks like wood. If we treated wood with sealer, it can last forever. And if we let it expose it to natural or conditions, it can decompose in a matter of months. So we deal it with mycelium borders like
wood boards. We seal it with beeswax or any natural material to make our solution natural integrated solution. And I like the idea to use this material as temporary houses for refugee. It is very good market to look for.
Mohammed, just a quick question from my side. Firstly, congratulations. I think the technology and the presentation are excellent. Well done. So just building on the longevity question, you've identified that architects could be a key blockage point. I mean, do you have any thoughts around how you would convince them to select your material as insulation over other alternatives, given that they're probably not the most green or climate orientated types of organizations?
Okay, first we assume that we will target eco-friendly architects. We have little startups here in Egypt that support eco-friendly products, mainly in construction. So we reached them, but we found they are, not a big quantity in Egypt. They are a small market here. So we look for other benefits that we add. We found a lot of physical benefits that our product can support. Using a glue, for example, using a glue with mycelium is better than using a glue with the styrofoam. Also, fire reaction. Our material can be fire retardant, but styrofoam is highly flammable. So we found other benefits and added value in our material that we can convince architects to use it instead of styrofoam. And the main value that we stress on, we offer our material in half price of styrofoam, because we use very cheap raw material. Also, we able to use a variety of raw material. Not only rice straw, we can use sawdust, we can use rice husk, we can use cotton waste, we can use any cellulose material. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mohammed. Can you please respond the question of Esther on the chat, please? Thank you. Now, Jean-Pierre, is your time. I will present your video.
Hi, my name is Jean-Pierre Chensenje. I'm the founder of Glassland Inc. Imagine this for a moment. Your son, 5 years, let's call him John, is out playing with his friends. And 5 minutes later, you call to find John breathing. The culprit? A broken glass that was just thrown there. Unfortunately, glass waste is not only a health risk for humans, it's also an environmental risk. They take up land that will be used for other purposes, interfere with water filtration, and cause other harmful environmental impact. That's why we established Glassland, a Rwanda-based startup with a mission to end glass waste in our garbages, landfills, pit latrines, and the open environment. Glassland creates sustainable recycled glass countertops, worktops, and tires, which we sell to building owners at a cost of $50 per square meter of countertops and $10 per square meter of tires. We are targeting a growing construction market with an estimated value of $647 million as of the estimate of 2019. And we are focusing mostly on the capital city of Kigali, where the demand for new housing units is growing, with an estimated 30,000 new houses needed every year. And our beachhead market includes medium to high-end commercial and residential buildings with a net income estimated to reach $68,000 over the 5th year. We offer high quality and affordable products, which are 38% cheaper than existing ceramic and granite products, and we are giving our customers the possibilities to endlessly customize their products as per their needs in terms of colors, sizes, width, patterns. Our product absorbs zero water and are easy to clean, and of course they are environmental friendly. We have products that have competitive advantages that include the affordability, 38% cheaper than what the market offers. They are recycled, they have unmatched beauty, and they are endlessly customizable. As we researched our market, we interviewed up to 40 individuals who include engineers, building owners, hardware store operators, architects, marketing experts, waste collection companies, and factories. And we found out that there is a big market, that there is enough raw materials to sustain our operations, and that there is a big need for alternative product on the Rwandan market. And Glassland is providing that alternative. Our financial forecast shows us that we are set on a path to reach $67,000 net profit per year over the next 5 years, with the key drivers being the cost to make the product, the net price, and the market share. Glassland will save up to 2.3 tons of carbon dioxide emissions per year, with the possibility of increasing our savings in emissions as we increase our production. We have a dedicated and qualified team that comprises of experts in communications, marketing, business management, and engineering. I myself acquired business skills through training and management of another startup which I co-founded with a friend in 2019. Glassland is set on a path to become a leader in glass recycling in Rwanda and across the East African region. And we will establish the first Rwanda-based glass recycling plant to create new glass bottles and glass containers from glass waste over the next 7 years. We are looking at the possibilities of creating at least 6 permanent jobs and 50 temporary green jobs over the next 3 years. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jean-Pierre. I will ask the jury now to make the questions.
Jean-Pierre, just a quick question from my side. It's Chris here. Congratulations on your presentation, firstly. The one thing I didn't understand, I think that the slide went too quickly for my slow brain. The carbon reduction benefits, is it a replacement reduction? So in other words, is it because people would use your countertops rather than ones that are more carbon intensive, or is it the rehabilitation of the glass that delivers the carbon reduction?
Thank you, Clis, for the question. It's both. It's from that shift, but it's also from the fact that we will take these valuable materials that would otherwise be discarded and give them another life instead of mining new materials from the environment.
Thank you. Well done.
Thank you.
I'm trying to remember your name, or because I don't want to say
it's Jean-Pierre.
Jean-Pierre.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. I just wanted to find out who are the other competitors within this business sector you're trying to look at.
For the competitors, it's mostly the sellers of granite and ceramic construction materials, but we are looking at a small market within that segment. We are looking at mostly these high to medium end buildings, including hotels and restaurants across of course Kigali, but other cities in Rwanda. And we are also looking at the possibilities of extending to nearby towns, including Goma and Bukavu in the DRC, but also in Burundi over the long term. So it's that the competition from the ceramics and granite products, but then we are giving our clients the options to customize their products, but at less cost than what the actual the existing materials on the market cost. And it's a big reduction. Our estimates show that we will go up to 38% less than what the market offers currently.
Okay, so I'd like to ask you just one question as time allows me. I know Esther asked about your competition in terms of your products, but my own question will be on competition for raw materials. If I juxtapose Nigeria with your country, I already see a lot of competition for your raw materials because the glass companies in Nigeria literally reabsorb glass products back into their production process very easily. So how are you going to compete with them? Like the guys that produce the bottles for Coca-Cola in Nigeria, they literally buy off all the glasses they can lay their hands on. Back as a kid, we used to recycle and return our bottles and get paid some stipend. So there's already a reuse process for glass, discarded glass bottles in the market. So how are you going to compete for access to raw materials with these guys that reuse glass on a large scale? Thank you.
Thank you, Emmanuel, for the question. The situation here in Rwanda is a little bit different from the situation in Nigeria. Here, what these companies are doing, they are paying collection companies to take the glass waste into landfills. So it's a different situation, and we want to instead have a working relationship with these factories. We have, as we researched our market, we also visited some factories, including the ones that are making beverages and packaging in glass containers, and we found that they have a problem of discarding these glass waste, which they are calling waste, but for us they are raw materials. So instead of paying for collection companies to transport the glasses into landfills, we want to work with them to collect the glasses from them, and they will not be paying. And of course, we will transform them into our products. So that's the kind of work relations we want to establish. And of course, we have other collections mechanisms. We have a very big landfill in Kigali. And from the interviews we did, we found out that between 5 to 10% of the waste going there are glasses, and we want also to collect it from the landfill and take it to our factories for transformation. Thank you.
Thank you, Jean-Pierre. We'll start the next. I will try to say the right name, Berwa, for Second Life. Be ready. I will show now your pitch.
Hi, I'm Leandre, and I'm with SLS, short for Second Life Storage. The world is turning to renewable energy and electric mobility as part of essential solutions to climate change, Africa included. And these technologies have something key in common. They rely on batteries. That's amazing, but there's one problem. Batteries have a limited lifetime, and we have 100 tons of them retired already in Rwanda alone. So what do we do with all these batteries after their retirement? Do we dump them in landfills, making them hazardous to people and to the planet we're trying to save in the first place? Or can we actually make something useful with them, especially that these batteries retain 70% of their initial storage capacity when they are retired? And this is where SLS comes in. We have the link that will enable circular economy approach in the battery market. We get battery cells from a supplier at a cost of $50 per kilowatt hour. We build new battery packs and we provide energy storage as a service to telecom towers. This means that we not be selling the battery packs, but rather charging for the available power backup capacity on a base fee of $6 per kilowatt per month. The telecom market is a perfect segment for our business since they rely heavily on an interrupted power supply. Our biggest market is the telecom industry in Rwanda, whose electricity backup component is valued to $13 million US. We target a 70% market share, which will help us branch out into the East African region with a market valuation of close to $300 million US. The total addressable market on the African continent is valued at $3.8 million US. Our batteries and our energy storage as a service model will offer a 53% cost reduction due to an avoided upfront cost and reduced operating cost. In addition, our batteries will be more reliable and fast, they will be clean, and we'll be able to monitor them remotely and in real time with a cloud-based monitoring platform. And finally, we implement a modular design to allow easy service and system upgrade. After testing battery cells from electric mobility, solar, and off-grid systems, healthy cells will be used in our products. A single battery pack will be made up with multiple modules depending on specific telecom tower electricity demand, and they will be designed in an optimal and safe way. Our batteries will be in service in the telecom market until their true end of life, where they'll be sent out for recycling for raw materials. Strong advisory and direct partnership constitute our strengths, and our energy storage as a service model creates an advantage over other solutions currently on the market. Through site visits and discussions with telecom tower operator managing 20 towers and building 60 more by next year, we have validated that, yes, an avoided capital cost for power backup systems is attractive in the market. And yes, system reliability is a high concern since they get penalties for network outages, and batteries are a top alternative solution for all these pain points. With a 70% market share in our budget market, we're targeting an annual profit of close to $680,000 US, and key drivers for this profit are battery repurposing cost, market share, and yearly credits for each tower. We'll be able to save more than 5,000 CO2 emissions per year, which is equivalent to almost 250,000 trees planted every year. In addition, by reusing battery cells until their true end of life, we'll be further offsetting emissions produced during mineral mining and battery production. We have a target of providing clean energy solutions to more than 4,000 telecom towers in new grids and off-grid regions in East Africa in 20 years, and we are aiming to become the link for sustainable adoption of renewable energy and electric mobility. Here's the team carrying this dream. We share a passion for clean energy, and we have a collective of more than 7 years of experience in the energy industry. Plus, we all have master's degrees from Carnegie Mellon University, and I have prior tech startup experience working on water resource management using the Internet of Things. We are supported by the Industry Innovation Lab at Carnegie Mellon University, Africa, and we are mentored by professors working on material science, power systems, and business strategy. Thank you.
Thank you, Bella. The judges, I'm saying your name correctly?
Yes, close enough, Bella. But you can go if Andrew it is here.
Thank you. I will ask the judges to make the question.
Bera, it's Chris here again, jumping the gun. So I for some reason I didn't see your presentation yesterday, so this is the first time that I've seen it, and it really is very thought-provoking and interesting. So well done. The missing part in the middle for me is that what do you do to the batteries that have been thrown away as waste in order to rehabilitate them and extract additional usage out of it? I missed that part.
Yeah, thank you for the question. What you do is take a battery cells, we take individual cells separately, and we test them for suitability for being repurposed. So we test the state of health in comparison to the initial storage capacity. And healthy cells, I will say in the presentation, with 40% of the initial state of health are suitable for repurposing, and we put them together and you try to avoid mismatches between the battery cells. So we have like optimal algorithms to optimize the design, modular design, and new battery pack design. And together with a number of battery cells, you can build a new battery pack. I think that responds to your question.
Yeah, it is. Thank you. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, Leandro.
Hi,
I think, hi, good presentation. I love the technology, but again, like Chris, maybe I bring it, I didn't understand the last part about how you convert the used batteries to make them useful again. Then my follow-up question to that is, after you've converted them, how long do they last before they become totally drained, or before they can no longer be recycled?
Yeah, thank you. Recapping again for how we get to reuse the battery cells is that after we test for storage capacity, remaining capacity, and other physical characteristics like internal resistance and voltage, we assemble them like to build new battery packs. A battery pack is built up with many battery cells that are put together to achieve a certain power and energy output. So we achieve the required power and energy output for the telecom tower with putting together many battery cells. And for the lifetime of the batteries in the second application, we expect a more or less like 3 to 5 years. And this means that that's when we get like a reduction in the initial capacity of 20%. After 20% of reduction of the initial capacity, when you're putting them in the second life application, we test the battery cells again to assess their suitability. They may be repurposed to a new load that is easier. For example, if we had it on a high demanding telecom tower, we put it in a lower demanding telecom tower or another market segment, like a backup system for a household at a supermarket in a UPS. And we expected that the battery will be completely retired when they reach 40% of their initial storage capacity. And that's when we're planning to be sending out for recycling for raw materials. And we have a partner to be taking care of that, of the recycling for raw materials.
Okay. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Landry. My question was more on the collection of the batteries. I don't know if I missed that out, but how is this done?
Yeah, thank you. On this slide, you mentioned that we have a collection partner. We have a newest collection company in Rwanda. It's called EnviroServe, and it's aiming to becoming a regional e-waste collector, which is also promising to us because we'll be getting more battery waste from the region, that's the East African region. So we are talking with the e-waste collection partner, and they'll be providing the battery cells to us. And we'll be more focusing on the battery testing and battery building new battery packs and market integration. But the collection part, we'll not be getting them directly from the first users. We'll be getting them from the e-waste collector, which will be assembling them and you get them in bulk.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for the question.
Thank you. Sarah?
Yes, I am ready.
Are you ready? It's your
Okay.
time. Thank you.
Did you know that 80% of our activities does not need portable water, and 50% of those activities generate water that could be reused again? In the public spaces, the amount of water is huge, and Rizal saw the potential by proposing cheap system for water recycling at the source to public spaces, costing $600 per sink. We are targeting the global water recycling and reuse market, which estimated by size of $15 billion. And it's a fast growing market due to the current conditions. Our beachhead market is in Rabat, and we are focusing on public spaces that have the purpose of education and training and raising awareness. The size of that market is estimated by almost $12 million. We are aiming for 50% of that market. While Rabat, the capital of Morocco have this goodwill toward the green solution. And why those spaces? Because their only use of water is in toilet, cleaning, and sometimes gardening. We are offering to our customers 8 times cheaper system than what's in the market. We are reducing the cost of the product, the cost of the installation, and also the passive cost related to the preparation for the installation. So it's cheap system. It is equipped with a leakage detection and control and minimal waste because we don't ruin the existing toilets and sinks in those spaces. This solution is work when every one of the users, such as us, will wash our hands in the sink. We generate water, then residue decides if it's clean or not. If it's not, will be thrown. If it's clean, will be saved for your next use for of the toilet. So it saves money. It saves drinking water. It is easy to maintain because it doesn't need no membrane and no filter, and most of all, requires no chemicals. During discussion with our 20 customers, we've seen that they have problem in choosing the solutions. Most of the solutions that exist in the market offer more than what they need, solutions for the showers that they don't have, and solutions for the kitchens that they don't use. They've admitted that their client and even them have some unfriendly behavior toward water. And Rabat is a good choice, not only because of the goodwill, but it's the center of the decision makers, so it's a good place to scale up. Our clients, the price matters for them. So our system has less than 1.5 years of return investment. It is simple to install and have a very small footprint, which matters to our client. It's only installed under the sink. We aim to reach more than $500,000 per year by selling almost 2,000 products per year and by having 50% of the market share. The keys are the cost of the production, the price of the product, and the market share. Our system every day will save 2.2 meter cubic of fresh water and will reduce the CO2 emission by 7.3 kilograms. By reaching our beachhead market, we reduce water by more than 8,000 tons of water, and we will reduce CO2 emissions by almost 30,000 tons. I am Sarah Ledwi, the CEO and the founder of Rizal. I have a PhD and a patent in the field of solar desalination, and we are a group of young technical, mechanical, and electrical engineers and one senior plumber with more than 25-year experience. We dream to achieve one profit and launching the commercialization in the north of Africa by 2030 and providing affordable and simple solutions for water recycling and water scarcity. And I will finish by my favorite sentence, which is, we are all guilty of little waste to which Rizal brings the solution. Together, we could all save water, save life. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Jury, it's your time for the Q&A.
Sarah. Firstly, I mean, I'm not a technical person, so this it seems amazing to me. Can you just open the hood a little bit and give us an idea of what the technology is that determines whether the water is reusable or not?
Sarah?
We lost her.
Did we lose her?
She didn't like the question.
Maybe she dropped. Any other team member?
I was trying to figure out if
maybe if there's any other team member, maybe the person can explain. Is there any other team member around?
Then that's
Okay.
okay.
And is she the last presenter?
Yes, she is the last one.
Alright.
Let me ask to my colleagues if he has like someone else from Sarah team here.
Hi.
Thank you, Sarah. You're back.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with the laptop. I'm sorry.
Did you hear the question?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Okay, Sarah, thank you for the presentation and well done.
My bad.
No problem. I just want to like get a sense of the technology that's involved. So like give us an idea of what's under the hood of the machine.
Okay.
How does it determine whether the water is reusable or not?
So for the technology, before saying the technology, I will say the concept. So I'm from a nomad family, and the women in my family were taking care of water. So they make sure to be used inside the house at least 2 times. So it's the same thing that those women, my grandma and my ancestor, have been doing for years. So they will decide if the water is clean or not based on the eye and the smell. And then if it's good, so we'll repurpose it for certain use. If it's not, it will be thrown. So it's the same concept that was being done by some captors and pump and some mechanical parts. So it's we are under the patent. So it's we are working on the patent. So, but in general, that's the concept.
Okay, great. Thank you. Well done again.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Sarah, I was privileged to take a look at the presentation before the session today, and I'm a bit familiar with Casablanca, but not with Rabat. And my question would be, how many public places would you hope to have in Rabat for this, because that is critical to your business? And then do you hope to scale this beyond Rabat to Casablanca, to Tangiers, to your other big cities within Morocco? And what's the scalability of this your technology and your products?
So for the scalability, yes, we are aiming all the places that suffer from the scarcity of water, and it's the product is more demanding outside of Rabat, and it's Rabat, so it's not more demanding. Like it's making sense to have it outside Rabat, especially the places that suffer from scarcity. So in such places in Morocco, they don't have a continuous feeding of water. So like they have 4 hours and then they cut the water. So it's really rational to have something that will make use of that water, because they have just one amount of water. The case is the same in the north of Africa. So like Algeria, they suffer from such a problem. Egypt, Morocco, Tunisia. Some places also they have small amount of water, like the refugees that the judges have sitting for the other concurrents. For Rabat, so the amount of places that I have in Rabat, like I can't remember the.
It's okay. I get the picture. It's okay.
Number, but it's above.
It's okay. I got the picture. It makes a lot of sense. I've seen similar problems in Yaoundé, Cameroon. It's not just in the north. In Yaoundé, Cameroon, in the city center, you are advised to minimize use of water. You know, so, yeah. So it's not just in the north. So I get the picture, and congratulations. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah, for your good presentation. I was more interested also to learn about the other wastewater which cannot be reused. Where does it end?
So it goes the same way, like it's like the system is not existing. So if it's not working, that water that could not be reused will go to the sewage, like the normal path of water. So they to the assessments that existed in those places.
Any possibilities of having biogas tapped from that water?
In Morocco, the solution of biogas works in certain conditions because of the heat. The condition changes, and a lot of people who tested, like it has like it's a research thing that has to be done. So like to make specific systems for the condition of Morocco. But there is a possibility. A lot of startups have working on that issue. But here in Morocco, it's a lot of heat. So like those systems that does not work as efficient as they supposed to work.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for watching us. I will start to put you in another room because we ended our first part of the semi-final. The judge will stay here. I only want to move the participants. The judge will stay to deliberate about the
oil to generate electricity. In a nutshell, Vaxibox is reducing carbon emissions by 84% compared to generating electricity to keep vaccines cold. And the team to deliver this is myself, Nora Magero. I have 6 years of experience in the energy industry. James Mulacha is the product development manager and has 6 years of experience in the healthcare industry. Ivy Siovata presents over 10 years of experience in healthcare business development, while Abigail Mbula has 2 years of experience in research and development. Our dream is to equip 40,000 healthcare facilities in sub-Saharan Africa by 2026 with a Vaxibox fridge. This will in turn inject an additional 2,000 jobs in the manufacturing, energy, and healthcare industry by the same year, and also see us have a valuation of 9.7 million euros by 2026. With Vaxibox, I know that my daughter, any child under the age of 5, and all Kenyans stand a chance of being fully vaccinated. Thank you.
Thank you. We can start the questions and answers starting now. We have 3 minutes left.
Can you just very quickly clarify whether you're selling the portable fridge or whether you're selling the service?
We are selling the fridge. We have 2 business models. We are selling the fridge and we are selling the service for data collection and data collection management for the vaccine. So we are doing both, but the main is the fridge. We are selling it. Yeah.
And then the second question is, how do you ensure that the vaccines do keep cold if there's I don't know, if there's a problem with the solar panel, if there's a problem with keeping the power in the box in a way or another? Is there a way of knowing that the box has lost temperature, that the vaccines are viable?
Yes, there is actually. So with vaccines, they usually they're supposed to be kept at a temperature of 2 to 6 degrees. So with Vaxibox, you set the required temperature, but also with the healthcare institutions usually come with a fridge guard that tells the temperature of vaccines in real time. And so ours, we don't need a fridge guard. It tells you on the platform of Vaxibox, and you can tell it in real time through the application. So yes, it does tell you the current temperature of the fridge anytime and anywhere using the IoT aspect that we have. Yeah.
Yes, mine is a quick one. In terms of the components for the box, are they all manufactured in Kenya or you do have to source them elsewhere?
We manufacture in Kenya, everything, actually. At first we were importing, but then we realized that it increases the footprint of importing from China and also coming to assemble in Kenya, which is a long process. And we also realized that us manufacturing our own products, we provide services beyond after purchase. So in case of in case of breakdown, we provide the maintenance needed. So we know and we provide the spare parts that you need. So that's why we manufacture everything in Kenya. Yeah.
So my question is, can I know the connection between your startup and what it's serving when it comes to climate? Like, how do you link it on the climate solution?
That's a good question. In terms of climate, our solar fridge uses solar. We cancel the carbon. So currently, healthcare institutions use electricity-powered fridges, and they're usually bulky and we are not efficient enough. So our fridge is solar-powered. It provides renewable. It's powered by renewable energy. And it is not only limited to solar, you can also, it has a AC and DC input. So depending on where you are and the type of energy you have. So ours serves rural healthcare facilities mainly because they're usually not connected to the grid. So yeah, that's how we relate to it.
Thank you. We'll be presenting now clean energy for food security.
Did you know 9 out of 10 people worldwide, approximately 6.8 billion people, breathe polluted air, and that this has led to 9 million premature deaths annually. Fossil fuel, energy, and agriculture attribute to this death indirectly as they are the primary source to greenhouse emissions through post-harvest losses and carbon dioxide emissions respectively. Climate change knows no boundary. In order for us to address air pollution, energy challenge, and food waste requires an innovative integrated approach to deliver clean air and reliable, accessible, and affordable clean energy for post-harvest services. For this reason, at Clean Energy for Food Security, we provide off-grid energy services to rural off-grid households at a price of 6.8 euro cents per unit. Our beachhead market is Kenya, where we expect to work with 200,000 rural off-grid households between 2031 and 2030, generating a profit of 9.8 million euros. Later on, scale out in Eastern Africa region between 2031 and 2036, among 600,000 rural off-grid households generating a profit of 29.4 million euros. And further scale out in Africa region between 2037 and 2042, among 1 million rural off-grid households generating a profit of 48.9 billion euros. Our customer value proposition is at 82 euros per kilowatt. Our product is the most cost-effective energy storage compared to any other existing clean energy storage structures. It is more eco-friendly as it recycles and cleans the air, has less weight, it releases clean, cool air for cold storage, and more efficient as 1 unit energy input has a double our unit output. By using our technology, our customers are able to save 82.6% of their cost in comparison to fossil fuels and 50% in comparison to other clean energy sources. Currently on patenting and licensing process, our product is non-comparable because our product is novel in a unique space with triple supply services. During the day, power storage takes place. Cheap solar energy is used to drive polluted air into the compressor, which is cleaned and stored there. During this process, thermal energy is released to generate electricity, which is used by households. And at the same time, cold air released as a byproduct is integrated for refrigeration component, which is also built by recycled plastics. During the night, power supplies takes place. Compressed air is released, thermal energy energizes the air to generate electricity, and the same process is repeated. To understand our product, we interviewed 1,200 rural off-grid households where we piloted our technology. The key assumption that emerged was these households lack access to modern energy services, and there was anticipation of cooperation from the local and central governments. The key lines were there was need for extra services like provision of cold storage facilities to store their products, and service development, communication, and engagement with the community through which we anticipate to use pay-as-you-go model for inclusivity. In terms of finance, with 40% of our budget market, we expect to generate profit of 9.7 million euros. This comes as a result of a profit of 122 euros per customer per year. The key drivers to this are lack of access of modern energy services, need for crop loss prevention and management at a lower cost, and finally, we are guaranteeing a reliable low cost of energy. On climate impact, with 40% of our budget market, with an average usage of 70%, we save 12,630 tons of carbon dioxide emission, thereby reducing our carbon footprint by 89% for 1 year. On the team, we have Bronson Anogwa, co-founder, also risk analysis management with 7 years of experience. Professor Wilson Wino, the cold storage component lead with over 20 years experience in professional food science and post-harvest technologies. We have Dr. Patrick Bedio, the clean energy component lead with over 20 years experience in clean energy and renewable energy technologies. Rachel Olwanda, also a co-founder, strategic business management with over 18 years experience in strategic development and working with UN bodies. And finally, we have Esther Mareka, the co-founder, also business development and finance officer with over 14 years experience in clear focus portfolio management in lending and SME banking. On this dream, we envision a world whereby, despite of gender, political, and race affiliation, everybody holds the power to ignite for themselves and those around them through provision of decentralized renewable energy to 1,000 rural off-grid households in 2 years, increase the proportion of renewable energy in the national energy mix to 1,567 megawatts in 5 years. And lastly, establish a network of 400,000 rural off-grid energy households in 8 years. Thank you.
Thank you. We can start the question and answer sessions. We have 3 minutes.
Well, mine is it's more in terms of affordability of the services that you are proposing, having in mind that in Africa, particularly when we are talking about the rural areas, is where the most poor live in. So how such services will be affordable for such people? That is the first question. And then the second, was there an analysis? Because if you look for the global call for fighting hunger, the idea is to look more into efficiency in utilizing the food. So if one of the main input is the waste coming from that, how then balance the two?
Thank you very much. Actually, in comparison with other energy sources, it's quite lower at 89% in comparison with other energy sources, and which are fuel sources. And in terms of other existing energy sources, it's quite half, whereby we are charging 6.8 cents per unit of electricity, whereby every customers consume in this region. And when we talk about other services like now, okay, clean air is more for other services which you don't charge. Cold storage component, because you don't use also electricity, it's quite at a minimum price because you're using air as a product to supplement that. So in terms of now, we're telling the cold storage component, which you also try to reduce the carbon emission because they're building plastic sheets, recyclable. We're partner with a local partner here in Kenya, route the sheets for the cold component. And it's mobile, it moves location to location to address the needs of communities. Because if you go to pastoralist community, they may need milk rather than food. If you go to some region, they need food, and so on. So with this, we're able to do that. And also we create a direct linkage from these communities to the market, whereby once they deposit the food, the next thing they'll be expecting is money into their accounts, not again coming back to do that. I hope that reduces both questions.
Juries? Any question?
Yeah, how much time and effort do you think you'll keep having to put into this to make this into a reality?
I think what you just presented is a reality. It's working. We piloted in Embu, Kenya. And currently what we're just doing is stage 2, the device, whereby one of the challenges we face is you realize some other regions, they are very cold and they don't have enough sunlight. So what we did, actually as power, last week we had the second version of the battery, of the free air battery, whereby we expanded the storage components so that we can be able to provide longer life shelves, like in terms of energy production without electricity, to up to 16 hours. But again, also we want to focus again more to push to around 48 hours per cycle. Once it takes in the energy, you can do that. Also, it has to manage the energy waste, because we realize currently the challenge we're having globally is how do you store extra waste which comes out of the plants, if it's hydro or solar power. We can't store that. So what we do, we also tap into that and put it in place so that later use, it can be generated into bits to be used. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we'll be playing the wave beat.
I am the
Could you kindly take me back?
which aim to contribute in the development of the third generation of renewable energy. And
Sorry? Couldn't understand?
Please take me back to room 2.
Okay, 1 second.
And I was in room 4.
I am the co-founder of Atarek, a Moroccan startup which aims to contribute in the development of the third generation of renewable energy and participate to reduce climate change impacts. Many people know about solar, wind, maybe biomass, but extracting energy from waves still not very familiar. Our patented solution aims to emerge this field of energy by upgrading the role of existing infrastructure exposed to sea to have a competitive price of energy. WaveBit is dealing with the asset owner on the one hand and the energy developer on the other hand. The product price is 1,500 euro per kilowatt, with a margin between 10 to 20% depending on site energy potential and local incentive. WaveBit markets include offshore platform as offshore wind, which now a great evolution about the world. Urban, touristic, and technical facilities exposed to sea. The market size is estimated to 50 billion euros. Our beachhead market is Port with Kesson. They are big energy consumer and where our technology is the most competitive. The beachhead market size is estimated to 7.5 billion euros. The main value proposition are: first, thanks to our amplification subsystem, we could make benefit from small waves, which give us a load factor of 60%, much higher than other technologies of renewable energy. Profiting from existing infrastructure lets us reduce our investment by 70%, which permit the most competitive cost of energy compared to other sources of technology, our renewable energy technologies. And as you know, from the early ages, we tried to protect ourselves and our interest from waves. The concept of port is the best proof. WaveBit aim to upgrade this relationship by passing from chasing waves to energizing humanity. Practically, to extract wave energy, we had 3 steps. First, wave come through an amplification subsystem which upgrade its energy by about 2.5. Next, the free float converts wave energy to a mechanical energy. And the last step is the power take-off, which converts mechanical energy to useful green energy with an efficiency of 48%. Based on our detailed customer reviews, the most important factor for our clients are the energy price and the load factor. As said, the beachhead market is estimated to 300 ports. With a market share of 35%, we target to install 30 megawatt per year, with a profit per kilowatt of 250 euros. The global profit per year is estimated to 7.8 million euros for the next 5 years. Our main positive impact is reducing CO2 emission due to producing electricity, with a total per year of 35,000 tons avoided of CO2. Our dream by 2030 is to truly participate in the global climate change challenge, with a 1 million tons of avoided CO2, and also to contribute on an emerging new, interesting, and available sources of green energy as wave energy, with a target of 200 megawatt installed by 2030. Finally, we believe that no real engagement could be taken without participation of everyone. For that, ensuring electrification and access to water to 20,000 households is our target, to permit a minimum to think and act. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We can start the session of questions and answers. Starting now, we have 3 minutes.
Just compare your climate impact with other renewable energy sources.
Sorry, I did not hear your question.
So right now, in your climate impact, you're comparing wave energy against conventional energy. Have you tried comparing it to other more usual renewable energy sources? What the difference is?
Yes, as you say, we compared to the conventional energies. So we took the targeted countries and we took an average of how much grams of CO2 emits each produced kilowatt, which is in our case for our targeted countries around the 200 grams of CO2 emitted per kilowatt hour produced. For other conventional, for other renewable energy sources, this value will be reduced, and we speak about 1/5 of this value.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Yes, mine. Just want to seek clarification. Are the platforms that you provided in illustrations, are they built specifically for what you are proposing, or is something that you are bringing from different, say, technology that has been already developed?
You mean the platform where we will install the wave beats?
Exactly.
Okay, so wave beats will be installed on existing infrastructures like breakwaters, like other infrastructures exposed to sea. So this existing infrastructure, we came with wave beats and we installed on these existing infrastructures.
The photo to add about your questions. You hear me?
can hear you.
Yes, the photo is about our prototype in Tangimet port, which we are prototyping our technology, our own technology with it, and we are proving our performance exposed to in our slides.
Faraj? There is no more questions?
Yeah, if well, how does your technology compare to other wave energy technologies being tested right now? What's different about yours?
So there is lots of differences. The main one is that our technology, the investment is already done by the asset owner. The main investment, which is the infrastructure. So around 70% of the cost is the infrastructure already done. So we come with WaveBit and we just installed on the existing infrastructures. The second one, that we have amplifiers, which is a patented solution in the world that amplify the energy that we have in waves. So if we have the amplification factor is around 2.5, which make the project costs very, very good and competitive. The last one is that we have a free float. Compared to other technologies, there is some floats that are linked with another manner. For the free float, we can work all over the world, not depending on the sea level variations, tidal river, not depending on that. We can follow the sea level variation.
Cool. Can you come to Mauritius?
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. We will now move all the participants of this room to the main room. And then we'll be here only with judges. So thank you, everyone.
Sorry, what are we supposed to be doing right now?
1 second, I'll get back to you soon.
You stay here with me for now.
Hi everyone, how are you guys? How did the pitches go?
Quite interesting, amazing, amazing people. I mean, the network itself is just fantastic. You don't even need anything beyond that network.
That's great. That's very good. That's very good. So let me try to see here if we have everyone from the round table present. I can see that Silvio is here. Trying to check. It seems they're not here. Let me try to get in touch with them and I'll come back here. And please feel free to talk and use this to make even stronger relations within your community. And I'll come back in a second, okay?
Get ready for an unforgettable journey. This is the unspoiled natural beauty of Mozambique, where sandy beaches complement the crystal blue Indian Ocean, where mountains, rivers and wildlife are the backdrop for unforgettable journeys. Join us as we discover what this up-and-coming destination has to offer. This is Mozambique.
And you, the audience, have the opportunity to cast your vote.
It's going to be a great day. After 3 days, finally, we're going to know the winners of this year's Climate Launchpad.
This time we went for what's needed. There is only one ecosystem, and we should preserve it.
We need to look at what is needed and to what is possible and then see creative ways.
Different combinations of energy supply chain like renewables, hydrogen, fuel cells.
You're working on something you believe in, and that's, I think, everything that counts.
I think this is a trigger that's inviting us to think fundamentally differently in terms of relevance.
As long as you are willing to change the rules of the game you are in.
They can actually do things in a very fast way.
So, whether or not these entrepreneurs have thought about or anticipated the markets that they're entering, have they done enough market research? Do they really key to understanding the success of your startup?
I think so, yes.
10,000 euros and eternal fame for winning the Climate Launchpad 2020 is Casetex.
Casetex from. Oh my God! Whoa! A big surprise here in the studio. Oh wow!
Cheers! Cheers to you. Thank you to the crew as well. Everybody, bless it. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Thank you, crew. Thank you, everybody.
Get ready for an unforgettable journey. This is the unspoiled natural beauty of Mozambique, where sandy beaches complement the crystal blue Indian Ocean, where mountains, rivers and wildlife are the backdrop for unforgettable journeys. Join us as we discover what this up-and-coming destination has to offer. This is Mozambique.
afternoon, everybody. I think that we are all here. Most of us. We have a few rooms or groups that are still finalizing the results. But I am sure this was a very interesting morning for most of you. And I would like to know, how was it? Any surprises? What did you think about the startup that you just heard and saw? And as a jury, how was your experience? Can you guys share a little bit with us? How was to see all of these amazing startups? I believe it was really hard to choose them. You can just open your mic and talk freely. No order whatsoever.
Yeah, Sophia.
Yes, go ahead. Hi,
Yeah, I think
how are you?
this is Emmanuel.
Emmanuel. Hi, Emmanuel. How are you?
Very well. I think it was interesting seeing the, for me, all the startups, they had a very good presentation, all of them. They, for me, they're all winners. We just have to select the top, from the agreements of all judges. But they have very good innovative products. So I really enjoyed it, and I look forward to what other judges also selected and who will be representing Africa in the finals. But I think they all did very well.
Mm-hmm. In terms of innovation, anything in particular that popped up for you and was like maybe a haha moment, something that you haven't seen before?
Yes, there were some, if you like, raw material inputs that I thought were used for other things. For example, using rice husk in Nigeria is what I've seen people do is to try to use it to do ceiling boards, for building. But there's this guy who's using it in a different, for something different. A rice husk. He's using a pyrolysis process to combust the rice husk and then turn it to fertilizer.
Okay, interesting.
So, and that is something that I had not seen before. So it was a eureka moment for me. And
I know, I feel you, because what I love about Climate Launchpad, above all of the good that we're actually doing and the positive impact for the environment, but for me, it's actually in terms of innovation, to see these fantastic, amazing entrepreneurs, what they can come out with. And that really, really inspires me. So I'm always fishing and looking around to see who is bringing what and how are they doing. And for me, that's amazing. Yes, I agree with you. Most of them, if they're here, they're already winners. So let's see who will be the top winners for the semifinal today. Thank you, Emmanuel, for sharing.
Thank you, Sophia. Thank you.
I want to listen for the other juries as well. How was it for you to do this process?
Maybe, Sophia, I can jump in real quick and build on what Emmanuel just said. Of course, as I said, I'm always super excited to work with clean tech startups and to see all the ideas across the continent. But I think what's very special today is we always, and we're looking into businesses and future businesses. I see that it's important to see the African continent as a global market and make sure that those projects build solutions that can scale at a regional, or why not international level. And also, it's really exciting to see that those, it was very difficult, especially when you have different solutions to the same issue. Which in a way is great, because it means that we are actually trying to solve or tackle climate change one startup at a time, but also it makes our job as the jury sometimes more difficult. But I totally agree with Emmanuel saying that all the projects that made it to the competition today are already has already proven that they have a great potential, and they should continue regardless of the results today.
I totally agree with you, Sarah.
And
What I
Sophia,
like as well is
just
that,
to
go ahead,
Sophia,
Ruben. Yes.
just to add up on Sarah is that the breakout room jury 3 was the best one, and definitely we're gonna have a winner of tomorrow from our group. That's it.
Yes.
Sorry guys.
We can put
Sorry
bets
everyone else.
here now. We can put bets. So the jury, let's put up some bets from the rooms. Who thinks that they will have somebody at the final? Avelino, welcome.
Yeah,
Let
thank
me know
you.
what you think.
Well, I don't want to go into Ruben's route, just to share a bit of, let's say, observation from this Climate Launchpad, connecting the nationals to now semifinals at the regional level. It's quite interesting to see how our countries are really investing into bringing innovative solutions to our real problem. And the point now is to see how then we can connect that with the policy makers somehow to create such an enabling environment for these people really to flourish in this global competitiveness market. And I found the energy group most innovative ones by exploring different sources of energy, which is the driver for every country economy. And I'm sure that our group, I think the top leaders of our group will be the one representing Africa.
Thank you, Avelino. And thank you for bringing up something it's really, I think, the other end of the Climate Launchpad, right? Yes, we do stimulate, we do support all of these startups, but they still need some other sort of support from the environment or the ecosystem where they are. And here, that's why we also like to have the jury so diverse and so inclusive, just to make sure if we can pass on the word and maybe try to influence a little bit more the ecosystem where all these startups are involved, so that maybe they can actually scale up and continue to flourish, like you said, and continue to grow as well. Faraji, do you want to share something with us?
Yeah, sure, I do. Thanks very much. First of all, I just had someone, I'm sorry, I don't know who exactly by the name, but who said that they hope their winner gonna be the leading on this competition. But I think
it was Ruben from room 3.
Yes, Ruben, I'm so sorry that you're gonna be surprised of what a winner from our group gonna do to you. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that actually I had a very good jury as well, like people that I've been working with on the room 1 as well. But the common thing that I wanted to share is that the ecosystem, basically from East Africa, or let's say in Tanzania, for example, like I just realized that back in my hub, many startups that we're hosting, people are really scared of really bringing numbers, trying to make an innovation that's really going to make a different change, or a very big change, I would say. And what I've learned from my room today is that people are really crazy over making changes in their countries. And this is something that I think we have to share almost with the all ecosystem, so that at least it could bring changes in minds of people on how they think when they're bringing results or when they're thinking of starting different ideas. So my big call to you guys who are hosting this competition is that please make sure that all these ideas that have been presented, at least people hear about them, because these guys, personally, it was really tough to decide who is the best and who is not, because all of them are the best and all of them have done a very great job. And I think they should be pioneers in each country as well as all over Africa, to make sure that people really know and see the clear picture on how we can work on things when it comes to solving problems within our communities. So that's my big message to you guys. And I'm looking forward to see our winner becoming the best winner and finally representing us in the global competition as well. Thank you.
Ruben, you have somebody here who is actually trying to get at you, but let's see who is going to be on the final tomorrow. But yes, Faraji, again, like I was talking before with Avelino, I totally agree with you. We should give more visibility to these startups. That's part of the support as well. But I believe Climate Launchpad does a very good job with it. But I think all of us, we are also part of the ecosystems where these startups are. And if we can just share, for instance, their profiles, etc., Next time, if you're talking with somebody and somebody is mentioning that they're looking for this or for that, just remember the startups that you listened here. Okay, even if it's not your country, try to connect them. And maybe this will be a message for all the startups that actually I was saying in my room. And I was happy to see that the two of the startups already connecting and trying to see how they can make a partnership. But it's this is a network opportunity, okay? And I'm loving what I can see now in the chat. Everybody sharing their profiles, the LinkedIns, etc. This is the moment for networking. You don't know who is here, who is going to open a door for you, maybe what you can do for another startup or for another enterprise that is here represented as well. Enjoy this moment and also capitalize on it. Nowadays, the digital world is doing this for us, right? It's connecting us at another level. And I think the COVID-19 actually escalated this to another level, but I think it's a positive one. If one of the positive things that we can take out from COVID-19 was this, so Zoom, Google Meet, etc., it's now something very simple. Everybody's used to it. So also take these opportunities. Okay, we are not together like we were supposed to be in a semi-final. Maybe we would be here in Mozambique physically. Maybe we would meet each other, but we can meet here. So keep exchanging information, keep posting your profiles, etc., and get to know all of these companies, get to know these people. This is a very good opportunity for us to do so. And maybe next time when we need something, or actually we want to connect, or we can see some similarities, or we want to connect other people together, we will know who is who and who's doing what where. I think the Climate Launchpad, another part of it that it's very inspiring, is this part of going global. In Africa, we are showcasing that we have the potential, we have the means, we have the know-how, and we can actually go. And I believe the global prize will come for Africa, no doubt about it. I just wish it comes from my country, Mozambique, but I am fine if it's another country, but my heart is with Mozambique. Let's see if we can bring home the prize this year. Amandine, do you want to share something with us?
Yes,
we will bring it home.
I have a request, more work for you to Mozambique. Is it possible to have for you to put a database of all of the semi-finalists together and accessible to us?
Yeah, I believe so. My colleague here was responsible for the hard work and the design. Might kill us, but we will. We will have to do it.
I'm sorry, Walter. I'm sorry.
No worries. We will share with you. No worries.
Thank you.
But Walter, correct me if I'm wrong, but also in the Climate Launchpad page, right? They should be seen there as well, right? Mm-hmm.
Each one of the countries, you can find which are the finalists of every country, and it's easy to then find their websites, their profiles. Just need to go to the regional final, Africa. Mm-hmm. Then there's a huge map with our countries marked and all the startups that won the nationals. And the ones that are here. Yeah.
Well,
so
maybe
much.
You can show here. Can you
But basically, it's so much easier to ask Walter to do it. So why would you take the time to do that?
Why are you sending us to make so many clicks?
Yes, so many clicks.
I will just send you via email all the detailed information. No worries, Amandine.
Thanks, Walter.
And I'm
Walter,
very
maybe
happy
we should just recapitulate here as well the rules and the next steps, just for everybody to remember.
Yeah, sure. So, hi everyone again. So as you know, today we had 45 teams pitching here, and from these 45, unfortunately, only 18 will go to the next phase, which is the regional final that will take place tomorrow, 28 September, at the same time, 10 a.m. Mozambique time. And these teams will compete for top 3 prizes at regional level. The first place will earn 4,500 euros. The second one, 2,150 euros, and the third one, 1,150 euros. All these 18 startups will go to the global level, and there they will compete with other startups from the world. And again, we would like to thank you, our sponsors and partners, namely Climate Kick, Irish Aid, Ministry of Land and Environment of Mozambique, Ministry of Culture and Tourism in Mozambique, Embassy of Ireland in Mozambique, and Embassy of the United States of America in Mozambique. A big thank you, and also congratulations to all the startups again. You guys are all winners, and congratulations for reaching this stage. As I said in the beginning of the event, this is not the end of your journey. So it's just the start. I'm very happy to see the chat booming with a lot of emails being exchanged there. And please, Karen, if you don't mind, please mute yourself. Oh, great. So with no more further ado, now is the time, the most expected time of the day. Exactly. I think I should ask my team here to play some music for this moment. And for that, I would like to ask jury members from Group 1 to come up and announce their top 2 winners, if they're ready to do so. If not, we can maybe wait here more 30 minutes and talk a bit more. So who will be the jury from Group 1 announcing the results?
It can't be me because I don't have the names in front of me, so I'm scared of someone else.
So, let's honor this opportunity to Gennaro so that he can announce the global winner.
I'm too gender sensitive, so I was thinking that Amandine can take it up, yeah. Go ahead, Amandine.
So Amandine, if you don't have the names, I can take the lead and announce for you if you want.
Yes, that was noisy. Sorry, yes, please, Faraji. Take it from me, Tanzania.
Well, actually, it was Mozambique taking the lead, but Faraji, you can do so.
Okay, so I guess I just need to mention the name of the winner, or let's say the name of the startup that has won for the first and the second, right?
Exactly, the name of the startup for first and second, yeah.
Okay, so let's give a round of applause and drum rolls to... After long fight and presentation is amazing, and we are looking forward to having the following as winners from Group 1. And the first one is Hyperpower.
Yay!
Hyperpower are the first one, and the second one will be drum roll, please. The second one will be Wavebeast. Woohoo! Wavebeast, not beat, sorry. Wavebeast. Wavebeast. Those are our first and second. Walter, are we also announcing the wild card?
No, that you leave it to us. At the end, we will announce.
Okay.
Thank you very much. So the winners were from Group 1 were Aya Power in the first place and Wavebeat in the second place, right, Faraji? Exactly. Great. So now we will pass on to the group 2, and the jury member, please come forward and announce your top 2.
Here we come.
Hi, Esther.
Hello. Good afternoon once again, and a big thank you to all our startups for the beautiful, innovative ideas you've put across. On our side, you're all winners because we kept on thinking who is to come first, who is to come second, and all of you were almost in the same places. However, for purposes of representation, in group 2, we have Kai Grid and Marcelinium as our 2 best representatives.
Congratulations, Sky Grid and Mycelium.
Yes. So over to you, Walter, and a big congratulations to all of them.
Thank you very much, Esther. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Sky Grid and Mycelium. I've been writing there in the chat box in case you didn't listen. You have there the results. And now we will move forward to group 3. And in group 3, seeing that they have 2 team categories, they will come and announce, instead of 2, they will announce 4 winners. So the jury member from this group, please come forward and announce the results.
Yes, Ruben, can you do the honors, please, since you had the file?
Yes, I was the boss of the room, I guess. So let's do this. We have 2 categories in our room. It was food systems. Guys, we had so much work than everyone else, and 2 categories. But just saying. So from the food systems, we have the second place goes to AgriLife. And by the way, it was hard to pick the food system. Everyone was amazing. But then we only can have 2 winners. So the first place from the food system category is Intomo Farm. Congratulations. From the other one is, sorry, it's mobility. Sustainable mobility, we had very similar projects, but very, very different in some ways. And so we was very close margin of decision. So in second place on the category of sustainable mobility, we have Green Energy Tanzania. And because you only had two participants, the other one, it's the next one is Think Bikes Limited from Nigeria. Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations to everyone.
Thank you very much, Ruben. Congratulations. So from group 3, the teams that came up were AgriLife and Tomo Farm, Green Energy, and Think Bikes. Congratulations to all of you guys. We will now move to room 4. Room 4, please come forward. Mondezuma.
Thank you, Walter. Group 4, the winning group at Global. So we also had 2 categories. We had adaptation and resilience, as well as urban solutions. So on urban solutions, on second place, drum roll, we have Zero Waste, who are our second place. And we have our number one being G Tell Us. That is the 2 winners for urban solutions category. And the big one, adaptation and resilience. In second place, we have Coconan. And the big one, the winner being Water Will, go and represent us at Global. Those are our winners. Thank you.
Yeah. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Thank you. So the winners from Group 2 were Zero Waste, Detailers, Coconan, and Water Wheel. Congratulations to all of you guys. We will now move to room number 5. Jury from room number 5, please come forward and announce your top 2 winners.
Okay, I'll go. So room 5 was number 2. We had Kiapembe Energy. Ariel, I represented. Well done, Ariel.
Kiapembe.
And then for number 1, we had Ento Mo Nutris as our winner. Well done.
So congratulations, we have from Group 5, Kiapembe Energy and Ento Nutri on the second place, right? On the first place, I mean. So thank you very much, jury members. Now it's our turn, Mozambique team and regional hosts, to announce the remaining 4 startups that will be going to the regional final to complete the 18 startups that will be at the global level as well. So hope you guys are ready. Until the moment we have announced 14, just missing 4 of the 18. So the first one that comes up is, any guessing, is Ango Waste. Congratulations, Ango Waste. Second one is Drop Access. Congratulations, Drop Access. The third one is Second Life. Congratulations. And the last but not least is is World Tech Consult. Congratulations. Congratulations to all the participants. It has been a pleasure being with you guys today. I hope everyone enjoyed and looking forward to see you guys tomorrow. And from the winners, if anyone wants to tell a word, please feel free to unmute yourself and leave here some considerations. I guess everyone is already celebrating. Okay, no words.
Well, I think it's great. Well done to all the jury members, participants from different countries in the world. This is what FC4S looks forward to, encouraging amongst the believers in the new green economy and in the response to the devastating impact of climate change. Innovative products that can help us to adapt, help us to mitigate, help us to improve, different countries' economic revenue streams and create more jobs. One thing I noted is that most of the participants were young people, and it means that youth are very much involved in this whole new green economy that we're talking about. So congratulations to everybody. And I'd like to let the winners and those who were not announced as winners know that everybody's a winner. And if you need to get some sort of support and you need to progress with your idea and you're looking for cross-border collaborations, please feel free to to reach out to FC4S Lagos. The other FC4Ss across Africa, there's the Kigali International Center, International Finance Center, that's in Rwanda. We have the Abidjan International Financial Center in Cote d'Ivoire. We have the Casablanca Finance City Authority in Morocco. We have in Egypt, and we have in Senegal coming up. And so you can reach out to any of the FC4Ss, and you get some support, for your initiative and for your ideas. But I'll put my email address on the chat box so that you can reach out to Lagos if you want to work with Lagos. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Anyone else would like to leave some words here? Maybe, yeah, Constantine?
Yeah, so thank you very much. I'm so excited to be among the top 18 to represent Tanzania. So we are 2, I guess we were 3 and then 2, we won it. That's amazing. And also thank you for the judges. I know it was a huge task for you. We were like, we had the same category, 2 competitors in the same practice of transforming, and then we all got it. So thank you very much. I know it was a huge task for you, but I appreciate it. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Constantine. I would like to hear some ladies also leaving some considerations here.
Yeah, can hear me?
Okay, Sarah, see? Yes.
Yeah, I would like to congratulate all the winning projects, and I'm sure they will do a great job at representing Africa, the global final and the final later on. So congratulations as well to the organizing team. It was, even if the projects were hard to assess, you made it as easy as possible with the forms and the logins and everything and the videos. It was very well prepared for us to be able to understand and ask our questions. So for me here in Morocco, I'm very happy. We are really looking forward to connect with the projects all across the continent. So especially in the field of green energy or solar energy. And I saw that most solutions, even those in the food security or sustainable food solution, they rely on those clean energies. So I would be really happy if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn or via email. I sent my email on the chat. If you need anything or if you need any connection with startups or the market here in Morocco. So thank you very much and good luck to everyone.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Anyone else? We are wrapping up the event. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Say something?
Yes, please.
Yes, I just want to give God all the glory. He gave us these brilliant ideas. And we just need to work hard to make it happen.
Thank you very much, Nick. Congratulations for the results, and looking forward to see you and all the rest of the participants at the final stage of the regional final. You're welcome. So,
Walter?
Yes, Janeiro?
Just a quick one. We had a smaller remark in our jury. We felt that some of the participants did not follow strictly the structure of the presentation that was expected. Will be there, have any chance for them to review that, or what has been done at the national level prevails until the end?
Well, they cannot, if they pass to the another stage, they can review for the global level, not for the regional level. Okay, only for the global level. Yes, Constantine?
Yeah, so just a quick question.
You are with the...
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Yeah, so I just want to know the mode of tomorrow. Is it going to be like today? So there's a pitch and then there's a juries, or how is it going to be? Thank you.
Yes, it will be pitch the same as today, but it will be in the main stage. Okay. Yeah. So thank you very much, guys. This is it, and see you guys tomorrow.